What is up, guys? So in this video, I am going to show you how to track food. Why is this important? Because if you're trying to make progress in the gym, no matter what your goals are, if they're sports performance, physique related, just trying to overall health focus, you need to track your food. It is important in your progress. So what foods do we even need to track? That's going to be any foods with any of the three main macronutrients. That three main macronutrients are going to be fats, carbohydrates, and also protein. Just to keep in mind though, where do we even get our calories from? It's going to be from grams of fats, carbs, or proteins. The reason being is because per 1 gram of fat, there's 9 calories, there's 4 calories, and also 1 gram of protein in a carbohydrate. So if an energy drink has 40 calories, then you're going to have probably 10 grams of carbohydrates. Now you can also have fat, you can have proteins in that drink, but you get the point that however many grams of fat, carbs, or protein, those calories per gram is going to have to equal the total amount of calories in that beverage. So I'm not going to have you break down the math very easily or very complex, because there's tools that you can use to make this easier. And those tools are the following. You'll need a food scale. You need food to put on the scale. You'll need a phone, and you'll need a heartbeat. And that's for all my Childish Gambino. If you know that song, you're the new MVP, all right? But once you get those, you can go on to the next thing. The app I like to use is Nutrition IX. It's on the Apple Store. I don't know if it's on the Play Store, but I think it is. If you also want to use MyFitnessPal, you can use that, or you can use any other apps that are very convenient to track. So now that you have those tools, you know what the 3 main macros are. Let's get tracking, all right? So if you go into it, you can go into a food label, and most food labels are going to have fat, carbs, and protein. Not most, they all will. If they have a food label, they will have fats, carbs, and protein. And another key thing to keep in mind are these serving sizes up here on the top part of it. Serving size 1 cup, serving size half a cup, 40 grams. The only thing that really isn't going to have grams is liquids, but then everything else should have a little grams mark. And that's what you want to measure by, because it'll be the most accurate. 1 cup of rice could either be 40 grams or it could be 30 grams. Big difference, and you want to make sure you're measuring it based off of what the label says. So 1 cup dry for oats. You don't want to weigh it after it's cooked. You want to do it before when it's dry. Same thing with rice. Same thing with chicken. Chicken will be raw. You just want to be consistent within your measurements. So from there, if we go out to the video, I'm going to go full screen here in a second. Oh, not zoom in. Let's click this. Let's click the video. And I'm going to go full screen because it'll be easier to see. So this is the Nutrition IX app that you'll get on the Apple Store. You go into the app. This is what it looks like. You click the search for foods log. There's a barcode right there. You'll click that, and that'll give you a little scan button. And then you got to find a barcode. All right, so I found it. So I scanned it. Bam, that enters the food in for me. But I have other things that I am putting with my overnight oats that I always have in the morning, which is this right here. Now, it's not exact. This is an example. If you want a recipe, go ahead, shoot me a message. I'll send you exactly what I put in my oats. But now you have your oats, you have your granola, and the next thing you need is the milk. And this is everything that's going to be in my oats for this meal. So after you do this, you also can search food up here if you add fruit or vegetables. Usually there's not a food label, but you can search it and say a banana. And then you just make sure you hit grams and type that banana. So after you have this entered, it'll pop up, total amount of calories you intaked so far. And the most important thing is it has protein, carbs, and fats right here. So they have it backwards here. I don't know why they have it backwards here. Maybe because protein's one of the most important things along with total calories. I don't know. But the key thing is that these fats, carbs, and proteins aren't going to exactly equal 475, and that's a problem within apps. So if we go back, that's going to be a big thing to keep in mind is you want to know the macros so that you can get your goals most accurate. And then these are some things to also remember. All right, so for some of the things to remember, you need to know that macronutrients aren't always tracked accurately on apps. So that's why I have a free program builder on my website that you can enter your macros in to make sure you're getting the correct macros. The reason why this is important, because if your macros are off or your calories are off 300-400 calories per day, that can get close to whether or not you're losing weight or gaining muscle. So just make sure you're using the right tools in an effective way. Tracking grams whenever possible. This is going to be the most accurate, but if you can't measure something in grams because you're out to eat, whatever, you need to estimate something, that's fine. Not everything you track is always going to be 100% accurate. Also, track consistent to what the label says. For example, if it says dry rice, 1 serving size, make sure the rice is dry when you weigh it. For example, chicken, make sure, I always cook it raw. I've heard of people cooking it cooked. Make sure you just cook it the same and measure it the same every single time. And then also remember, tracking is a tool. This is supposed to help you. It's not supposed to guarantee results. I tell you, if you do track and you're doing it right, you will love the benefits that come from it. And just another reminder, go visit myfloathletics.com. You'll get a free program builder. You'll be able to enter your macros into the spreadsheet. You'll be able to see progress as you go, and you'll also be able to keep track of your workouts, make sure you're always pushing yourself to do better. So if this was too confusing, let me know. If this made sense, then perfect. As always, you can find me on YouTube. You can find me on Instagram. You can go to my website and send me a message. If you have further questions, please reach out to me and I will love to help you. Other than that, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. And if you liked this content, make sure you hit that subscribe button because you don't want to miss other great content.